Hello and welcome to beautiful Sudbury, Massachusetts. You will hear the ancient roar of cannon fire in the distance here. That is because we are here for the Battle of Red Horse Tavern. And we are going to be hitting on so much history today. This is the historic Wayside Inn. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow made this place famous all over again in the 19th century, but we are traveled back in time today to the 18th century to the Battle of Red Horse Tavern. We're going to talk about that and so many other iconic things. So come along as we take in the battle, talk to some folks from the 18th century, and we're going to walk around and see all the historic buildings that make up the Wayside Inn. There's a beautiful grist mill. The schoolhouse of Mary Had a Little Lamb fame. Yes, that schoolhouse where that poem set to song takes place is here on this property. Other gorgeous buildings, and we are going to go partake at the Wayside Inn, formerly known as the Red Horse Tavern in the colonial era. And don't worry, we're going to take in the battle because there's another one in a couple of hours. I know I've been coming to a lot of these things because you boys are all looking familiar. The historic tavern. I think Kay is trying to get us a table. Guys, this is the oldest continually operating inn in all of the country. So imagine if these walls could talk, and they kind of are, because there's a lot of art and artifacts and cool stuff to look at in here too. We're going to take a look. Right now we're got a 10-minute wait for a table. And the food here is really good. This is one of our favorite places to come. You guys know I love old taverns, pubs, inns. I'll talk about that more in a bit too. Even have a gift shop, and yes, not only is it an awesome restaurant, they've got a bar. You can stay here. It remains an inn, like I said, oldest continually operating inn in the country. And here is the church we're going to take a look at. A little preview there of the awesome grist mill. And listen, I am no fan of Henry Ford. Let me be clear on that. But this is possible because of him and his putting that together. Not the inn, but just kind of making this place what it is and giving it kind of a new lease on life. We'll talk about that. Just hang tight. And basically, you know, it was the Red Horse Tavern. And when Longfellow came here and stayed here in the late 19th century, he was inspired to write Tales of the Wayside Inn. It became a huge success, and so they later changed the name of the tavern from the Red Horse Inn from the Red Horse Tavern to the Wayside Inn, and then here we are. And the grounds really do look like this. The drive over here was beautiful, full of fall foliage, and just tremendous amounts of charm. You can see Longfellow on the wall. This place is very large. They have lots of cool different dining rooms to choose from, and a ton to look at along the way. Let's kind of take a peek in here. People are looking at me like a weirdo because I'm filming, but it's par for the course. And we are along the old Boston Post Road that connected Boston to New York, so that's why this was crucial. And you know what they say is whoever controls the tavern can control the ins and outs of the road and supplies. And you know, taverns, pubs, inns were a huge part of early America. Not only were towns actually required to have one, they were a hub for organization, you know, taking a load off, but also sometimes political organizing, and you know, kind of used as a secondary meeting house. Every town would have a church and a tavern. It's a really cool space. Kind of reminds me in a way of the Mount Vernon Inn, which is, you know, the restaurant when you visit George Washington's Mount Vernon. Reminds me of it in kind of the color and style. Although this wasn't built for a hotel or anything like that. This is the real thing. This is the historic inn as it was. And, you know, this place is over 300 years old. I just love the creaky stairs and all of the artwork. This is what you get when the inn was built in 1716. They sat us in a different room we've never been in. There's a lot of people in here, but I'm just going to kind of pan here for a second, show you guys. This is very cool. Here we go. Even the menus have a little history lesson here for us. It says originally licensed in 1716 as the Howe Tavern to serve travelers along the Boston Post Road and run by the Howe family until 1861. I forgot to show you guys before I demolished it, but any place that starts you off with complimentary cornbread is a good place. I am taking points off because they gave me a freaking paper straw. And as they transition from lunch to dinner, we can take a look here with nobody around, which is awesome. This is really, really beautiful. And lots of odes to Longfellow inside here. Here's miniatures. Lovely. Evidently this room was Henry Ford's. This is actually, he made this his bedroom. Ooh, this little alcove. How cozy would that be to have in your house? That is so cool. I mean, we have a fireplace, but something really charming about this setup here. Here we've got a beer garden, some food trucks. Everybody's kind of wandering around. I think there's gonna be another battle soon because it's the Lexington Minutemen.
Take care. Good. Ho, ho.
Basically, another fun look at 18th century battle tactics. A great way to see the formations up close. And this is cool because though it's busy and well attended, this doesn't have the chaos of like Bunker Hill or Lexington and Concord. So we can get right up close here and enjoy a more detailed look at the pew-pew life going on here. An 18th century village just outside of Boston. You can see my friends at His Majesty's 10th over there. Hi guys, been a while. I've missed this. I cannot wait for the end of the siege and evacuation day coming up in March on St. Patrick's Day, March 16th. Be there, be square. Oh, the sun's coming out. It's really nice out. It's like 55 degrees. Perfect day for a battle. Great attendance by the reenacting community too, and you have people kind of in the mock village around the tavern. Got to see some camp followers. And lots of companies being represented here. Militia groups, Minutemen. Of course, Sudbury's here. Lexington. I think maybe Acton. The Acton Minutemen are huge. Very important and helpful. Woo! Some big booms off to the other side there. Oh, it's a great echo. We're kind of down here in this valley. Uh-oh. getting closer. The bayonets are going to come out. It's going to get nasty. Very loud. I love it. Got some very dead redcoats. Someone just yelled, "Come and take it." Love that. Oof.
Pick up your cartridges.
I guess "Dead Shall Rise" was a code word for "we're all set." Nice. Oh, there's my scarlet-clothed friends emerging from the woods. Guess we're all friends again. See him dragging the cannon back up the hill. Oh, you guys want to talk about cannons? We've got cannon action coming this winter when Henry Knox will again take Fort Ty, get those cannons, and bring them all the way down to Boston, and we will be covering all of that. I cannot wait. 250 years in the making. So this whole area of property makes up the historic Wayside Inn. And again, that was started in 1929 by Henry Ford, and it didn't end up becoming anything like the Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan, which is really amazing, full of American treasures. Again, I do not like the guy for various reasons, but he did do some things as far as historic preservation and Americana goes. The problem here, and we'll take a walk down and show you some more of the buildings, is Ford also built a large dam nearby, and it failed, and it's become known as Ford's Folly because the darn thing leaked. A dam shouldn't leak. Did you know in April 1775 the Wayside Inn was known as House Tavern by the distinctive red horse on the sign hung out front? And even though it was Ford's Folly as far as the dam was considered, this did become one of America's first outdoor museums, and it's really beautiful. I think a lot of people don't really know about it. Sudbury is a little more rural. It's funny because you go from some population density to instant forested, kind of quintessential New England countryside land. But it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous area. We're not that far from Acton, Hudson, or even Lexington and Concord. And it's a place that I definitely suggest people when I'm talking about cool little historic gems and places to visit in New England. This is a place that I always highly, highly suggest. And look at, here is another look at the original Red Horse Tavern, now Longfellow's Inn. And we love Henry Wadsworth Longfellow on this channel. We've been following his story, and so cool how these things are all connected. How many times have I said that? This is perfect because I was going to tell you guys, Washington, this isn't a Washington slept here place. He didn't stay at the inn, but he did pass by here. As noted here, Washington passed this place on his way to Cambridge to take command of the Patriot Army. So it's now been over 250 years since that happened, as we've been following the timeline. But His Excellency was here, and I feel like I can feel his presence. All the amazing men that have come through here. And again, if these walls could talk, and they kind of do, because to me they're alive and well. And what a better way to take it all in than doing exactly what we're doing today. Swung by and talked to the Sudbury 250 people and asked what they have planned. May 16th of 2026, which you guys, we're almost in 2026. May 16th, they're planning Sudbury Day, and there's going to be like a big festival in here and stuff here. So we will look into that. Maybe another fun reason to come back to Sudbury and celebrate the 250th of the Rev War, America, and the town of Sudbury. Looks like doing some wash here.
Would you like to see how easy the laundry is to do?
Yes, show me how easy it is.
Right, I have modern technology. My agitator has these holes bored in it, so it takes no effort at all. My life is so much easier. It's so fantastic now.
Well, I come from the future, and you won't believe what we've got.
Really?
250 years from now.
Your agitators are even easier than that?
Would you believe they agitate automatically on their own? Without woman power?
Practice sorcery?
No, it's modern technology. You just got to hold on, just be patient. It's only 250 years. It goes by fast.
I don't know to make that.
I know. And I imagine there'd be lots of dirt.
Pounding and pounding. Do you still dry in the sun for the OxyClean?
We sure don't.
We sure don't.
And God bless it. Wowzers. And
That sounds very different.
you're using, what would you use, lye and,
This is my good bleach.
oh, wowzers.
But what I would call bleach, you would call ammonia.
Yeah.
Do you know what a readily available and free source of lots of ammonia is?
Pee-pee.
I do my laundry with bottles of it.
Yep.
When it is aged in the sun 3 or 4 weeks, it degenerates into pretty much straight ammonia.
Yeah.
Which will kill anything and actually gets your laundry very clean. I have not tried this myself. I will not try this myself. But I hear it works really well.
Well, if you wait another 100 years, you don't have to wait 250, just 100. A gentleman from Glasgow, Scotland is going to invent a chemical bleach that you will be able to purchase in high quantities.
Oh, I don't think I'll be traveling to Glasgow though.
Oh, that's a shame. It's a great city. And they have bleach.
I mean, that's very far. That's
Yeah, that's,
4 months to get there.
yeah, by ship, it's not pleasant.
Yeah.
Kind of worth it for the bleach, though.
I've seen them getting off the ships in Boston and they look a little green.
A little worse for the
I don't
wear.
know.
Yeah, those Glaswegians, they don't like the ocean.
Maybe for such a washing machine I could persevere, but I don't know.
Might be worth just using the good old ammonia nature gave you.
Oh gosh, yes.
I love it. It was a good sport. Very sweet.
There's Lafayette.
Yes, yes, yes. Here, our friend, the Marquis de Lafayette. That's not Mark Schneider. But here he was, and they've got a fancy marker. Nice little memorial to our favorite Frenchman here. It's always fun just soaking up the atmosphere until I get a DeLorean or figure out the wormholes. This is the best way, you guys. Looking bra. And love the diced hose and the whole thing. You guys want to tell me anything about your kits you got on today?
So we're the 74th Highland Regiment
Okay.
Light Company, and we do have a Massachusetts connection. Maine was part of Massachusetts back then, and our regiment was ordered to build a fort and garrison it up at Magabagadoos, which you may not know what that is, but it's now called Castine.
Okay, Castine I know very well.
And the Penobscot expedition,
Yes.
Massachusetts sent out about 40 ships and about 2,000 militia up to kick the British out.
Yep.
Long story short, didn't go well, and it was considered the worst naval disaster in American history until Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
So
It was terrible. I had to get back to Castine soon. That's a really cool spot.
So it is, and Fort George
Yep.
is still there.
Yes, it is.
Here are some pics from Castine, Maine from a couple years ago. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll take you guys there eventually. It is far away, but beautiful historic gems.
We actually encamped in the fort,
Oh, wow.
which was pretty special.
Yeah.
We're in the 250th era. We actually had to look English for Lexington and Concord.
I'm sorry.
We are too.
It was terrible.
I couldn't do it.
We had to wear breeches and a different funny kind of hat.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
250th New York House campaign. The
Yeah.
Highlanders were there.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to this summer.
I'm sure that worked out well for you guys, not so much for the rebel or
We're
patriots.
in Highland kit rather
Yeah.
than looking like a bunch of English.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess you missed Witherspoon's sermons on why Scots should never lean to the side of the lobster backs. But
So we always tease our English brethren, and they say, most of the questions we get is, you are Scots and you're fighting with the English?
yeah.
So our response is, it wasn't a popular war. The king needed recruits. The economy in Ireland and Scotland was terrible.
Yes.
We got paid
Yes.
to come over here to the colonies and kill English.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And after Culloden and the clearances, it was a scary time. And it's like, it took a lot to say, am I going to go through that again? It's not looking good for the other side. So probably if you can't beat them, join them. What are you going to do? It was a conundrum.
Both sides, both the Scots, the Highlanders that were supporting the German king,
Yes.
and those who wanted James back on the throne, they all got disarmed.
Yeah.
It didn't matter which side you were on.
No.
And all were forbidden from wearing tartan
Yeah.
and Highland garb.
Yeah.
So, and that law stayed
Long
on
time.
the books well after the end of the American Revolution.
It sure did.
So the only way we could carry arms, wear tartan,
Yeah.
join the army.
Yeah. I mean, because the decision had to be made. So many came here, and of course a lot end up going to Nova Scotia, other parts of Canada, but it was like it must have been frightening.
There were just as many Scots on both sides.
Yeah, there was.
A lot of the Scots came over early in the late 1600s,
Yeah.
early 1700s, when the Americans rose up. So which side do you think those Scots took?
Yeah.
Let's see. Am I loyal to the king that sent me over here as punishment, or maybe I can stay over here and
That's right.
be a man of property?
Yeah. Yeah.
The 1715 Rising had a greater chance of success than the 1746.
Yeah.
There's a lot more common support, a lot more unified support, and a lot less unified support in England
Yeah.
for putting down the Scots. And a lot of them sort of after the 1715 kind of started to play, to hedge their bets so that they have folks on both sides. So that's why a lot of them ended up kind of on the English side as a way to hedge their bets.
I mean, and the 45 was it was a mess too, because Charles Edward Stuart, it was just really like an ego-driven daddy issue thing for him.
He's a
And
spoiled French
people,
kid.
he was, had never even been to Scotland until up until that
Wasn't born
point.
there.
And oh man.
Couldn't speak
No. And that's, you know,
fresh manners.
English was not the first language of the Scots at that point, so must have been interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
But the Scots have always been literate and spoke multiple languages, so we could have spoke French to him.
well, it was the old alliance.
Yes, the old alliance. Thank God for it. It carried over here too, but yeah, cool. Well, thanks you guys for being here. It's fun.
welcome.
And I have to say again, these guys portraying the other side with those scarlet coats are like the nicest guys. Always very friendly and willing and eager to talk, which I really appreciate. That like not everybody wants to be on camera, but even when I don't have the camera, just in general, the darn redcoats, some of the nicest, friendliest people that you'd want to meet. Of course, they're not really redcoats. So some signage. Like I said, this is the Boston Post Road. It was a system of mail delivery routes between New York and Boston with 3 major routes, one being the Upper Post Road. And let's take a little walk on the old Boston Post Road. So what Henry Ford really wanted to do was kind of recreate a glimpse of a small village America, and he did that here. Of course, this came later, so this is 1940, and this used to be all forested. There was a terrible storm that actually took down all the trees that were here, and it was a mess, and they're like, well, now what? That doesn't look good. So they seized on the opportunity to put this beautiful structure here, this chapel, built in the place of where trees were, and the land was just like a piece of wreckage. So it makes sense to me, and it is very beautiful. Looks like your typical chapel from like a movie or something. It's like the White Wedding movie chapel.
Yeah, they still do weddings here.
Yeah, I mean, that would be very cool. I get it. It's really pretty. Here is the Little Red Schoolhouse, where Mary did in fact have a little lamb that's fleeced was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, that lamb was sure to go. I believe that it's already closed for the day. We kind of lingered with our lunch and then enjoyed the battle and talked to folks. So I think the buildings are all going to be closed up. We can still take a look, and I will insert a photo because I have been in here. So check this out. So that is the inside. We had fun visiting with the boys. It's actually been a couple years since I've been here, but yeah, it's very cute. Here you can see, in honor of children's classic Mary Had a Little Lamb, Mary Elizabeth Sawyer, the Mary of the poem that Rebecca Kimball, the teacher, John Rollstone, author of the first 12 lines, Sarah Josephina Hale, whose genius completed the poem in its present form. Okay. And this was moved here from nearby Sterling, Massachusetts. So it was not originally here. This is not the original location, but it really does add to the look and vibe of the place, and it keeps it preserved, so I'm all for that. And this makes a really nice drive. So my suggestion to people is, come have lunch or dinner at the, have lunch. I think the lunch menu is better. And then you'll have time to do the other things. And then you can come here and walk around and enjoy these things when they're open. Even more enjoyable. Even if they're not open, it's still enjoyable. You do what you can. But it makes a nice trip, and the drive here is gorgeous. Some perspective. Down there is the restaurant. There's the schoolhouse and the church. And then you come around here, and over here is the grist mill. The very photogenic grist mill. Anytime you come, you'll see people doing like photography and Instagram stuff and all that, because it's really pretty, especially in the fall. But this place is also beautiful in the winter.
$25. You can do professional photo shoots here.
Oh, you have to pay. That's right.
For a professional photo shoot.
Yeah. If you're like hiring someone, you have to pay $25. Like if you bring your own, like this situation here. Yeah, we've got some professionals here. You can tell by the lighting and the equipment. Actually, everybody getting the photos taken, to be honest with you, is a little annoying. I mean, I'm walking around with the camera, but I wouldn't like block people's ways. You know what I mean? Hopefully they hurry up. I mean, I guess they pay the $25 fee. Whatever, is what it is. And I'm sure people might think sometimes that I'm annoying with my camera. I try to be super conscious and incognito about stuff like that because I don't want to be obnoxious or rude or get in people's way. Like, I'm paranoid about it. Houston, we have an algae problem. Wow. I think that's quite algae ridden. Looks like the magical swamps that created Kermit the Frog. Oh, how I do love autumn in New England, though. I don't know what's down here.
Walk down here.
I'm gonna take a little walk with you guys as I get bit by 10 billion bugs. We had one frost, but that was not enough to kill all of the bugs. Yep, they're biting me through my tights. Cute. I could be with 30 people, nobody gets bit, and I'm covered. I don't know what it is about me that the bugs just adore. I guess someone has to like me. One autumn night in Sudbury town, across the meadows bare and brown, the windows of the Wayside Inn gleamed red with firelight through the leaves of woodbine hanging from the eaves, their crimson curtains rent and thin. As ancient is this hostelry as any of the land may be, built in the old colonial day when men lived in a grander way, with an ampler hospitality, a kind of old hoblogan hall, now somehow fallen to decay with weather stains upon the wall and stairways worn, and crazy doors, and creaking of uneven floors, and chimneys huge and tile tall. And they do have creaking floors. A region of repose it seems, a place of slumber and of dreams, remote along the wooden hills. For there no noisy railway speeds, its touch race scattering smoke and gleeds, but noon and night the painting teams stop under this great oaks that throw tangles of light and shade beyond. On roofs and doors and window sills, across the road and barns display their lines of stalls or moves of hay. Through the wide doors the breezes blow, wattle clocks strut to and fro. And half affected by rain and shine, the red horse prances on the sign. Round this old-fashioned quaint abode, deep silence reignited, save when a gust went rushing down the county road, and skeletons of leaves and dust, a moment quickened by its breath, shuddered and danced the dance of death. And through the ancient oaks overhead, mysterious voices moaned and fled. And I have to say, Longfellow described this perfectly, as he often did. He was such a wonderful man. I was wondering what everybody was gawking out. There's some big ass swans.
You can ride on.
No, but you know what? Those are so big, it's almost the size of a swan boat. The cool, sweet sounds of aircraft overhead. So we're walking a loop. I don't know if I've told this story already, but when the kids were little, we told them that those were hot dog plants. And at first they didn't believe us, and then I came up with a super convincing argument for them being hot dog plants and told them that that's what a corn dog is, and they actually believed me. And then they were pretty pissed off when they found out that we were just messing with them, and we teased them about it all the time. Now, don't worry, they were young enough to believe it. And we kind of felt guilty after, but it was like really funny. I mean, couldn't you see how to a kid that looks like a corn dog? We still call them hot dog plants. Look at those swans. You don't want to ever get too close. Swans are mean. Boy. Kay found a paddle. Looks like somebody was kayaking.
Somebody paid $150 for this paddle.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, put it down because maybe they'll remember they left it here and come back for it.
They left it went down the rapids.
They went down these rapids and got stuck forever and are never coming back. Hello in there, are you okay? I like how all of these bodies of water are full of green slime. And the thing with this place is that, you know, it's close enough to other things. You could go to Acton. You could go to Hudson. There's other parts of Sudbury. Yeah, of course, Boston isn't too far, Lexington and Concord. So if you're in the area and looking for something a little different, want to take some cool photos, enjoy nature, and take in, my gosh, I mean, here's the thing, right? There's Henry Ford history. There's Longfellow history. And you've got Revolutionary War history. All in one place. And I love places like that where kind of like all of those realities intertwine and come together to tell one big story. I think it's pretty amazing. And again, I think that is what Ford's vision was. I think he was well intended with this little project. I don't think he was the most moral human being. He wasn't a fan of my people. Had some pretty bad ideas about things, but I give credit where credit's due. And I mean, here we are in 2025, still enjoying all the fruits of his labor as far as this project was concerned, and it is a cool thing. Back to this point, I really would like people to leave so we can get a picture. It's a modern miracle. Nobody's in a shot. Look it, guys. We've got the grist mill momentarily to ourselves. There's a site. I wonder if you guys who reenact ever really will know what it means to us, how much we appreciate you. Sometimes you just add such a cool look to the atmosphere. Like, look at this gal here with her heavy stuff she has to schlep. She looks so pretty in the leaves. Even though the poor thing looked completely miserable and sick of schlepping. But you know what I mean? Like, some of my favorite moments captured of you reenactor people are when you're just like mulling around. You really do add a lot to the vibe and the scenery. And I, for one, appreciate it. I hear music. Did the Redcoats get a hold of the beer garden, take it over, and break into karaoke? Now that I'd like to see. Note, I'm not advocating for drunkenness. Sadly, it's not Redcoats. It's just regular old people at the regular old beer garden. Stop before we call it a night. Let's pay a visit to the little Longfellow Memorial. That is a really very wonderful likeness. Big fan of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I feel like Henry and I would be homies. As a fellow lover of history and nostalgia, he was a good one. A really, really good one. It's always a pleasure to follow in his footsteps, wherever they may be, and to bring that to you guys. So, hope you enjoyed. I'm that history chick, and of course, like Patrick Henry, I know no way of judging the future, but by the past. The past is alive, it's real, it's waiting to be explored. It's in New England and all across this beautiful country of ours. Hey guys, remember, I'm also on Instagram at _historychick, on Facebook at thathistorychick, and right here on YouTube at thathistorychick with more content from early America and beyond. We will see you very soon. Hey, do me a favor, you want to help me out? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everyone who was involved in this event today and all the reenactors. As always, you did a wonderful job. Huzzah! Just got to keep your nose to the grindstone. Longfellow forgot to mention the biting bugs. I guess that's not as poetic. The biting bugs that lunge at Blair out of Elizabeth's legs without a care. She goes through leaves on her stroll, full of bugs. They make anyone moan. The bugs they bite with glee. That history chick says, bugs, please flee. There you go. That's my contribution.